Yo, what is up, you guys? It's Holland from over at Divine Paradox, and today we have the Quest 10 dialogue, the Epilogue, ready to read to you. Guys, we have some insane information in here. Watch till the very end. But before we get into that, guys, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. You already know we are going to be one of the biggest Apex channels out there. Be here at the beginning. Look at our numbers. They are going up and up. Brag to all your friends that you knew about us whenever we just started. With that said, guys, let's go ahead and get right into this. Psst. I said psst. It's a chat room, Silva. You can just type. And I wanted to type psst. So what? Anything else you want to criticize? What do you want? I'm still mad in case you care to know. A bigger half-pipe in my backyard and a purple bunny named Flippers. Are you joking right now? That head didn't freak you out? Of course it did. Don't matter though. So what are we gonna do about it? Gonna keep our mouths shut is what? We're not going there, are we? We go where the games go. Don't whine about it. Oh hell no! We can't! You heard what the head said! Darion Duerdo, it knows! Stop ya yelling. Capital letters aren't the same as yelling. It knew their names. It also tried to be a wee bit Scottish. It's gibberish, dearie. How did it know their names? And you know what those numbers mean. Don't pretend you don't. You can't be sure. Could be nothing. No way you want to deal with them. I don't. Just hearing their names makes me want to run. More than I usually want to run. If we go to Olympus, we go to Olympus. Buck up. Now I gotta go. Che, don't sign off. Che, we gotta tell the others. To them, it's just another place in the Outlands. But to us, it's home. Connection closed. The end. Until season 6. Guys, it was short this time, but there is a lot to dig into here. First off, we have Octane and Lifeline. This happens in a online chat room kind of thing between the two, right? So Lifeline saying it's a chat room, and then we have the funny thing of capital letters aren't the same as yelling from Octane. They really got Octane's personality down to a T in here. But let's talk about, kind of go through this. So it starts off, Octane is obviously trying to be kind of hush-hush, a little quiet about this, because this is kind of what's happening between him and Lifeline. And whenever we scroll down a bit, you know, she says we keep our mouths quiet. Where does she say that? Right here, gonna keep our mouths shut. So before we get into this, we know this is something that stays between Octane and Lifeline. But Octane starts off and he's talking about the head, which is Ash's head. So he's asking, did the head not freak you out? And Lifeline's saying, of course it did. So Octane's wondering, you know, what are they going to do about it? Octane's always the one who's going to want to jump into action, get right into the business. But Lifeline, you know, a bit more reserved. She's just going to say, let's be quiet about it. Let's just go along with what the plan is. And then we see Octane worried about going somewhere, and it seems that that place is wherever the games go. So it seems that the games might be moving for the next season. And Octane just, no, absolutely not. And then you heard what the head said, Darion Duardo, it knows. So these are names. And the head is apparently Scottish, speaks in Scottish. This is Ash's head, of course. And Octane's wondering, how did it know there's names? And you know what those numbers mean. Don't pretend you don't. Now, we don't know what numbers they're talking about, but we know these names. I am not personally aware of the significance of these names. I could make a guess, which I will do, but we do see this happens on Olympus. And that Octane does not want to hear these names. It makes him want to run. So maybe these are like big people, quote unquote, on Olympus. These people are not something that you really want to mess with or deal with, which is why Octane and Lifeline want nothing to do with them, more so Octane than Lifeline. And Octane wants to tell the others, because apparently he and Lifeline know a lot more about this Olympus place because it's their home. There might be something that only Octane and, that only Octane and Lifeline know about this place. It could be far more dangerous or sinister than even us as an audience know it to be, because once again, to the others, to them, which could also be kind of referring to the audience as well as the other champions here, it's just another place in the Outlands. But to us, it's home. You know, it probably isn't going to be the best place in the world. We might see something along the lines of maybe it's really good in some parts, but then in other parts it is absolutely destitute and terrible. It all depends on how they want to flesh this part of the story out. But there's not much more to go into than that. We will be having more story in Season 6, which I know a lot of people are excited for. They loved what Apex and Team Respawn did here. But with all of that said, guys, I hope you enjoyed, and have a good one, and take it easy.